Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. You all heard the news. People are getting tired of the AI overviews and they are all trying to look elsewhere where there is no AI being pushed down their throats. And we are seeing an increased interest in DuckDuckGo. So, should we consider to learn how to optimize for it? Should we learn more about DuckDuckGo? Maybe. I am dedicating today's video exactly to this.
We're launching the iGaming SEO Boardroom, a consulting group and community built by two of the leading names in the space, and over a decade of experience working with some of the biggest brands in the industry. I'm Sean, founder of Game Changer. We've been leaders in the SEO space for over 7 years. And I'm joined by Ivana Flynn, a prominent SEO expert known for sharing SEO insights with over 10 years experience ranking sites in iGaming SEO. If you know this space, you know how fast things move. Black hat tactics, negative attacks, Reddit updates, AI, it changes constantly and most teams are always a step behind. That's exactly why we are launching the Boardroom. Weekly insights, training, updates and access to us. So you and your team always have a game plan before things happen and not after. We've already sold out our founding members and have now just opened the waitlist for early access. Click the link in the description to join the Boardroom. We'll see you inside.
So, what do we know? Google has started to push more of the AI overviews, and I published a video about it last week. What is changing? What is changing is that more keywords are triggering the AI overviews. The AI overviews box is becoming more interactive, dynamic. You can follow up on your questions. There is a YouTube video, and it's not to everyone's taste. Due to this, after the 25th, 26th of May, when this was pushed, US app installs went up by 30%. iOS growth on iPhones 33%. And people are searching more and more for no AI search related search engines. I don't think people necessarily absolutely hate the AI overviews. I think they hate that they cannot opt out. I personally sometimes interact with them, sometimes don't. But I would like to have the option not to have AI overviews if I feel for it. And as Google does not give us that option, they are just 100% sure that these AI overviews are the thing. They push it at you all the time they can, unless it's a very, very sensitive niche, as we discussed last time, online casinos, for example. And then obviously, DuckDuckGo is taking the opportunity to grab all this attention, and they created this is a Reddit. It's time to fire Google. Join the flock. DuckDuckGo. And of course, us as marketeers, we are paying attention and we are looking into it and we're starting to take the temperature, how people feel about it. No AI search engine. Did you mean AI search engine? And as Martin is saying, no, I did not. So people are searching more for ways how not to have AI overviews, right? I'm not saying they are bad. I'm just saying they are not to everyone's taste and they are not required all the time. You don't feel for them all the time. So DuckDuckGo is proudly saying we don't have AI search, we don't do all these AI overviews. And on the other hand, the CEO of Google is saying we are committed to serve the best results. I don't think they are. We're seeing the Google search not serving great results, at least not in our niche. We see the SERPs being broken, full of abuse. We see good pages being taken down by DMCAs and replaced by Parasite. That makes no sense. But okay, it is what it is. Let's believe that his intentions are good. But let's look closely at DuckDuckGo. What does it mean for us as SEOs? DuckDuckGo does not have its own large crawler and indexer. Therefore, it relies on other engines, and the default engine for them is Bing. So we need to learn how to work with Bing. Now we know how the potential rankings are being calculated in Google, and this sort of formula carries on from search engine to search engine. On page, content relevance. Is it good? Is it optimized? Is it crawlable? Is it readable? Fantastic. Multiplied by the authority. Links mainly, right? You need to have links. You need to have content. and then multiply by trust. Are you a trusted source? Are you passing your EAT signals, which of course we are trying to work with more and more with the trust signals because they are a basic hygiene and we all know it. So if you are increasing only links and not paying attention to content or trust, you are not reaching the full potential because they'll multiply each other. And then on top of that, there is plus. Are the users coming back? The user satisfaction signals such as was the dwell time, was the bounce rate, are people actually engaging with your pages? If there is a video, are they watching the videos or they just click here and bounce back and we don't care? As well, how well are your pages optimized and are they showing for the correct query? All of this is multiplied and added on minus spam. This is why we are watching closely for all the manipulations such as UGCs and we disavow things. This is why we are cleaning up DMCAs, because if you have too many of them, not only you lose traffic from your trusted pages, from your money pages, but your whole website gets deranked. Because Google is thinking, why are you not cleaning these? Are you using stolen content? This is why we are cleaning up duplicate pages and doorway pages and anything that might trigger spam. This is the system we know for Google. However, it's very close to all the other search engines, right? It's not just Google. But now let's learn how to optimize for Bing and keep in mind everything we talked about because the principles will be repeating. Of course, look into Bing webmaster tools. They are a little bit different. There is AI in them. Learn how to work with them. It is a little bit different. But I think if you are in SEO, you already touched it once or twice in your life. Now, how DuckDuckGo works exactly the same. You need to have content, you need to have backlinks, you need to be trusted source. This search engine is becoming more and more popular. Apparently, right now, they have around 10 million searches a day, which compared to Google is not that huge, but we know it's growing. Because they are relying on Bing, they are using things such as IndexNow protocol, which we will be talking about. And because it's not Google, you don't have all that manipulation through traffic, right? So there is different tricks could apply, but the ones that we know for, such as the viral traffic, it would not work in DuckDuckGo because of how the viral traffic is working. I'm not saying it will never work, but for now, I spoke to these people that deal with the traffic manipulation and they told me it would not work. I checked. Okay. So of course they are rewarding the traditional on-page. Do you have a good title, good meta descriptions? Is your pair logical? Do you actually have H1, H2, H3? Are they complementing each other? As well, are you using good internal links? So nothing new here. You already know all of this. You do your keyword research to make you get a good content just like you do for Google. You create meta title, meta descriptions, you optimize your page. You try to create good URL optimization. So if you are working on online casino bonuses, ideally it is a logically optimized URL. As well, content quality and internal links, optimized images, we talked about it, all good schema markup and user experience. Tell me you have not done this before. Tell me you are not doing this for Google. So what are we learning so far? Principles are the same. Build authoritative links. You saw on my graph good content, which we just talked about, times authority. Authority comes from backlinks. And of course, I know that everyone considers different links good. There are links I would never consider good, and I see competitors are loving them, and vice versa. So I'm not going to tell you what is a good link for you because you already know what works for you in which market. But you need to keep in mind that even for DuckDuckGo, backlinks are important. Guest posting, being visible in trusted sources, if you can get visible in Wikipedia, then fantastic. If you can't, well, most of us can't. But try to stay niche relevant. I think we're already doing it. Try to do editorial links, get citations, get mentions. I would say Nothing extremely new. Just keep in mind, still important for DuckDuckGo. Technical SEO. Once again, I'm going to repeat myself. You're already doing this. You want to make sure that your pages are crawlable and indexable. They are fast. They are mobile friendly. HTTPS is very important here because they are the safe, the secure engine. That's how they started to market themselves when they came to the market, right? So once again, we are all trying to serve the results fast, in a stable way, in a good technical code. Mobile friendly design, of course. We are interacting with the pages more and more on mobile. If you are not mobile friendly, then you already lost lots of traffic on Google and you are not going to gain it on DuckDuckGo. Again, the HTTPS protocol is very, very, very important. We know that SSL certificates are important for Google, but I would say they are more important for DuckDuckGo. Good URL structure, good schema markup. We already know all of that. You're doing it. And it signals this is the trust that is multiplying your content behind your links. Of course, you need to be a trusted source. If you are doing the long-term strategy, if you are doing churn and burn, let's not talk about trust, let's not talk about it, let's talk about how to manipulate the engine. But I'm talking about the long term. You still need to build the expertise and experience, authoritativeness and trustworthiness. Maybe DuckDuckGo would call it differently. Maybe they call it something different, but the principles are the same. You need to show experience in whatever you're doing, preferably written by experts. Show expertise. Authoritativeness, again, this is partially through the backlinks. I had a whole video on how it works, so try to check it out. And trustworthiness. If you don't have this, you are probably already suffering in Google. And IndexNow protocol is the huge differentiator here. Google didn't adapt the IndexNow protocol, and Bing did. IndexNow protocol indexes pages in bulk, right? In Google, when you have a new page, you need to go to Google Search Console and try to index it. And you have got just that many 10 in 24 hours. If you have more pages, then you're just hoping the crawlers will find it and will go through them and will try to consider them. IndexNow protocol works a little bit differently. So without the IndexNow protocol, you already know this because like with Google, you publish or update a page. You hope the search engine crawlers will find it sooner or later. You might ping the Google through Google Search Console, but again, not all of them. If you are releasing a huge amount, or if it's a whole new site, or if you are updating more pages than 10, then those pages or changes on the pages will be discovered days, sometimes even weeks later. I think you all know that sometimes it's so frustrating when you get a link live and it's not indexed for a week or two because the crawlers simply didn't have enough capacity, and then it starts to rank you. IndexNow protocol, it's basically a shortcut. What does it do? You publish or update a page, then the site sends an automatic ping to IndexNow. In this case, Bing receives the notification immediately, crawls the URL faster, and then updates the content or starts to rank the new content, which is absolutely amazing when you're doing something in bulk, or you are starting a new website and you are starting with 200 pages, right? So IndexNow protocol has lots of good things, and good we're going to be using it more. Keep in mind that DuckDuckGo heavily relies on Bing's search index. So if you know how to work with Bing, you're already a little bit ahead of us. If you don't, I hope this video was useful. And I think we all should start to pay attention more to Bing and DuckDuckGo. I'm not saying that Google is becoming irrelevant, okay? And even this 30% increase of users on DuckDuckGo doesn't mean that Google got minus 30%. I think the last reported number I read was 2%. But there is a shift. People are looking elsewhere. And when the principles are almost the same and small changes are not going to hurt our rankings in Google, why wouldn't we learn and try to optimize more for Bing? Thank you very much for being here with me.
If you got value from this video and want direct access to us, weekly calls, training, and the latest SEO updates, and a community of people operating at this level, click the link in the description to join the Boardroom. We'll see you inside.